Well, Chris, I found it a very interesting day today. What would you say are the main highlights from your perspective?
I think the difference in opinion between people on the low sulphur. I think listening to, you have people bashing scrubbers, which is probably where I would go as well. But you also have then the bunker suppliers who are talking about the price differential. The differential being getting bigger. I mean, we heard today at $200 per tonne, then it's worthwhile for the bigger ships. We've not seen that on the smaller ships, and I still think for smaller ships it's not a viable option. I think the next thing is on the bunkers is LNG. Again, the bunker suppliers saying that actually they don't see that as a threat to the traditional bunkers for any time soon. But then you have a very good statistical speech on LNG as a bunkering and how it's increased 7 times in the past year, and it's expected to grow. And the fact that they think 10% of the fleet by volume. But again, I think that implies that it is again the bigger ships. And I think LNG bunkering we would be supportive of, but again for smaller ships it's cost-wise it doesn't make sense. And we've seen ourselves, when you look at vessels, if you look at a smaller vessel, MR and down, to do dual fuel you would need around 9 million of additional investment, which on a $30 million ship is 1/3. It's a lot of money. When you look in the press, you're seeing VLCCs, they're saying 11 million. So an $11 million investment on a $95 million ship is a completely different parameter to a $9 million investment on a $30 million ship. So I think that we're going to see a 2-stage sort of business model for bunkering going forward. And that was probably the main topic for me, was listening to that. The digitalisation is something that everyone's talking about. Everyone talks about blockchain, but I'm not seeing that in the industry as much as I think people talk about it, but is it really implemented?
Yeah.
Maybe in container lines, but not in the tramp shipping.
Yeah. And overall today, have you found it a very positive, beneficial experience?
Yeah, as always, I think these conferences are very good. You have a lot of high-profile people that come along and give their support. The awards dinner last night, very good people in attendance. Many of those then come to the conference the next day and give their opinions. And I always think it's good to stand around and share opinions.
Good. Well, thanks very much, and good to see you soon anyway.
Okay,
cheers.
Thanks.